On to you, Taurus. So you have the Star, the Five of Wands, and the Hierophant. If you want a reading, a personal reading, the link is in the comment section below. It's called the Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website in which you have all the ways you can support the channel, so I can most definitely keep the show going. Come on in. Appreciate you. So for you, Taurus, right, you have the Star, like I said, the Five of Wands, and the Hierophant. Hierophant is Taurus anyway, right? It's a mixture of Taurus and Sagittarius, right? So what I'm seeing here for you, Taurus, pretty much, it's all about how it is that a lot of you are trying to turn over a brand new leaf. A lot of you, Taurus, may have some confidence issues that a lot of you are going to have to learn to get over. And the reason why it is that I'm saying that is because the Star card represents you were kind of hoping to start things off for the new year, kind of easy going, but it didn't turn out like that, unfortunately. The Five of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Judgment represents you came into the new year with somebody pretty much being quite upset at you or making it very difficult to, unfortunately, be with you in the first place. And it's not anything that you, Taurus, particularly may not have done. What it is that you done or you did was not that bad. You may not have even have done anything at all. But the person is very much so judgmental of you and is being very much so kind of chastising you. The reason why it is that they're doing that in the first place, to my dear Taurus Bulls, is because they're playing the game. In essence, they're playing the game. What it is that they're doing is they're trying to make it seem like you're terrible, but you've known them from last year. And this is what I mean when I say that a lot of you Taurus in 2024, go back and watch the yearly 2024 video. A lot of you Taurus are going to have to learn to gain that self-respect. And what I meant by the beginning of the video, talking about how you Taurus have to learn how to start respecting yourselves and doing what's best for you. A lot of you Taurus are struggling right now with the Fool, right? You have to become the Fool. You're struggling with your ego, right? You want people to tell you the fanciful things. And what I mean by that is you Taurus are beautiful, you Taurus are amazing. And even though a lot of you Taurus, when your mind and your heart are in the correct place, that's true, right? That's true. But the problem is, that's the problem. You're waiting on other people to tell you that. But we're living in a world right now where most people are beginning to now deal with the consequences of their own actions. Where it is, as I said before, 2024, which is where we in, moving forward forever, pretty much, for how, an undefined amount of time, people are going to start to get what it is that their hand called for, in a sense that people who are sitting up on the internet crying about their terrible decisions that they've made and that they keep making, sooner or later, people are going to start to call those types of scenarios out. Like, why are you coming on the internet talking to us about how an individual broke your heart? You're not even looking for a person you're not legitimately looking for anybody that's really a decent match or will be a good fit for you. So you doing all this, knowing who they are, fake crying so that you could do what? You that desperate for attention and sympathy? Dork? And so that's the scenario that a lot of you Taurus are going through. Even though a lot of you are fly when your mind and your heart are in the correct place, you shouldn't expect people to tell you that, because that's where the self-destruction will commence. That's where a lot of you Taurus will begin to spiral down into this ideology of, well, I'm not good enough. I'm not fly enough. What's going on with me? Why is it that despite how much it is that I give to another person, people don't really seem to appreciate me? And the truth is, Taurus, is that people do appreciate you. It's just that right now you're in a particular situation where, once again, you have the Star card, you have the Fool card, which is you're dealing with your own ego's sake. And what that means is you have to get to a point where you're confident enough to whether or not people give you compliments or not, even when you're doing the right thing, even when you fly. You have to stop waiting on people to tell you that you're fly and know it in here and in here. Because people are you know, you know, I tell you, Taurus, this type of stuff all the time off camera when y'all come and get these personal readings from me, and I've and I build on it. But a lot of y'all, you got to get it through y'all heads where you understand the psychology of it for real. Because once you, Taurus, really get an idea of looking at it for what it is, you realize like they're psychotic. Y'all, a lot of you Taurus don't know, y'all don't, they're psychotic. The Nine of Pentacles now represents how, since that's the case, you realize that a lot of people, you realize that you really do have to be selective about the quality of the people that you share a lot of your time with. And then the Two of Wands and the Sun card represents, it really has to be with somebody that you really appreciate. It just can't be with somebody that very much so is all about trying to have you do stuff for them, or, you know, wasting your time. Like, you got to understand, Taurus, that a lot of people are out here being on some stupid stuff. And what I mean when I say that they're stupid, I mean the idea of, like, people, just to name off a few certain things, people will play games to get you to pay for things for them, right? So they coming from a tricking standpoint. Then there's people that will go out with the wrong sort of individuals, like what you see a lot of people sitting up online talking trash. They will know the quality of the person that they're trying to hang out so badly with. And then yet they'll hang out with the person, and then they'll sit up online and then they'll cry. And then they'll be like, oh, I don't, how could this person flake on me? And it's like, but you knew that was going to happen. You knew that already. You knew that. So why are you complaining? Because you thought that, and see, this is the stupidity and the catch-22 of it all. Because on one hand, what happened? You thought that this person was bad, so to speak, but maybe they'll make an exception for you. But if they make an exception for you and they show you that they have a soft spot, you're going to take advantage of them, right? But then at the same time, right, you're attracted to the fact that they are corrupt in the first place, which is why you desire them so much. So you're looking for what? You're looking for a corrupt person to have some sort of a soft spot for you, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. It's the mental illness. It's the literal undiagnosed psychosis of it all, the stupidity. Then and I'm not saying you, then they will come online and complain about it. And this is the ideology behind it, right? The idea that this is what it is that we have. So a lot of you Taurus have to understand that you really have to be confident within here and in here, because the Sun card represents, when it comes to dating, you really got to real talk, you really have to test the waters to see if people are really 100%. Because you got a lot of people out here who are psychotic for real, who obviously they have something mentally wrong with them, and they're not right. You know what I mean? So the Six of Pentacles and the Two of Swords represents only ultimately, people can show you like different things that are good or whatever the case may be, but ultimately what it is that you really want to do is you really want to let time tell its tale. The best way for you to know if a person is worth your time or not is to really hang around them, spend time with them, and see and listen to what it is that they have to say, really, as the two of you are having a conversation. You're having your conversations. If a person cannot have conversations, that's a dub. A person is telling you that they're not trying to be in a relationship right now, that's a dub. No, that's not relationship worthy. If a person is asking you for money, that's a dub. If a person is implying that you should give them money, if they're talking about how I don't know how I'm going to pay these bills, you're an adult, figure it out. Let's clarify the Two of Swords. So you have the Justice, Two of Swords, Five of Cups, the High Priestess, to clarify the Two of Swords. And then you have the Nine of Wands. So the Justice, so to clarify the Two of Swords, the Justice and the Five of Cups. So as it is that you decide to excommunicate all the dysfunctional people out of your life that start beef with you, start trash with you, they're gonna start to see, you know, see, we're at a point right now where a lot of the stupidity is really kind of dying down now. The stupidity is really kind of bubbling down. And what I mean when I say that, I mean because now it's like when a person complains about certain things and they're not really going hard, people are going to kind of clown them for it now. Like, okay, shut up. We don't care. Shut up. Stop coming to the internet with this garbage, right? Like that. But I'm trying to say that show how powerful you, Taurus, are by voting with your feet. Stop hanging around people that anger you, get on you, you know what I mean? Anger you, get you disappointed, that want to try you. You know what I mean? Those are the type of people that when you say something, they're trying to find ways to go against what it is that you're saying, no matter how small or big. And it really goes to show you how delusional and how mentally ill they are, really. Because it's like, you ever, like Taurus, I don't know if you ever known this, or if you've ever seen this before. I've seen so much of this in my life. But those type of people who are so hard-headed and so caught up with this delusional, they're giving you the delusional stare, right? There's nothing behind the eyes, it's just looking at you. Or the types of people who, you know, when you can't really do anything with them at all, ever. And when I say anything, I mean nothing. You literally can't do anything with them. You can only avoid them. You can only be like, okay, I'm going to just stay away from you. Because no matter what, Taurus, that you try to do, have you ever met those types of people where you try to talk to them, you can't have a conversation with them, they don't have anything to talk about, they're too stupid to offer anything in a conversation, they don't offer a good time, they don't offer information, they're not trying to do anything for you as far as romantically. They don't know how to, they want to play stupid when it comes to reciprocating. They always need help when it comes to that. But then they want somebody else to, but then yet they magically know all of these ways that are romantic when romanticism is coming in their direction. But then at the same time, no matter how big or how small, no matter if it's going to benefit them, every time you try to hang out with these individuals, they're so caught up with trying to act like they don't need you and that they're the gangstest person in the world and that they hard, even to their own benefit. They look stupid. Those are the types of people, Taurus, that you have to stay away from, because they're not all the way, the lights are on, but there's nobody home. They're not, because they're dummies. They're hanging around you, they're talking to you, you have their number, right? They're showing you all of these revealing pictures, right? Maybe you've been over at their home, right? You done did everything that you were supposed to do. Well, not everything, but you done did certain things that a relationship couple would do. But y'all are not a couple. But then they can't seem to make things work with no matter who it is that they hang around. They're psychotic. The High Priestess and the Nine of Wands represents. So this is when you observe those types of people like that, this just proves the importance of letting those people go in the first place. Because when you stay out of the way of people like that, guess what's going to happen? Your life is going to ultimately turn around. If you keep those people in your life, guess what? You're going to be like the Nine of Wands. You're going to be all banged up because now it's like, oh, drama to dysfunctional people is every week. It's every day. They're keeping an eye out to figure out how to get into more drama. You, Taurus, want to make sure that you keep yourself out of that nonsense.